Bueno, vamos a darle un par de minutos en lo que llega la gente, que se conecta. Bueno, parece que solamente están online dos personas. Vamos a ver si se pueden conectar más gente para ver cómo podemos empezar la transmisión en vivo de cómo pasar el IELTS. Sí, atrás de mi hermosa cocina, como pueden ver aquí en Canadá. Así que vamos a esperar un par de minuticos más a ver qué tal. Bienvenido a todos. Si me pueden dejar sus nombres en los comentarios, se lo voy a agradecer mucho. Ya casi estamos empezando la transmisión en vivo. Mientras tanto, disfruten de la música. Saludos, Checo, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido, bienvenido. Mientras tanto, vayan disfrutando de la música. Déjame mostrarle algo de cómo es la vida aquí en Toronto. Este es mi apartamento, decorado por Emily. Esta es la sala. Y esto que aquí se ve, la ciudad de Toronto, como pueden ver. Vivo al norte, al oeste de Toronto, en una ciudad que se llama North York, básicamente cerca del metro, tengo la parada de bus cerca, no sé, muchas cosas cerca, la verdad. Es el apartamento del frente, ahí está la piscina, hay un jacuzzi también, este apartamento incluye con gimnasio, lo pueden ver. Vamos a darle un par de minutos más en lo que se conecta la gente y les sigo comentando que la ciudad es muy linda. se trabaja mucho y bueno, la verdad es que vale la pena venir aquí, pero primero tienen que tomar el examen de inglés y de eso es que le quiero comentar. Quiero comentarles sobre cómo pueden pasar el examen de inglés de forma rápida y exitosa. Bien, vamos de nuevo a la zona de... Bueno, sí, ando en boxeo, de verdad. Lo siento. Si me vieron los boxers, bueno, ya, esto pasa hasta en los mejores programas. No, Reina, la verdad que vivo aquí en Toronto, como te dije. Nos tuvimos que mover por cuestiones de trabajo, conseguimos una oferta aquí de trabajo y nos tuvimos que mover. Pero no vamos a tratar ese tema aquí de por qué nos mudamos, porque siempre nos preguntan. Eso viene en otro video. Bueno, apenas tenemos tres gente conectadas. Creo que ya podemos empezar porque parece que ninguna de las personas que confirmaron están online. Eso me- me molestó bastante porque confirmaron 30 personas. 12 aceptaron la invitación en Facebook y ahora nadie está online. No sé qué habrá pasado, pero bueno, creo que ya podemos empezar, pues ya son las 8:10 y aquí en Canadá hay que ser muy puntual porque el tiempo es hora en todos lados. Vamos a empezar entonces. Espero que les guste la música. Voy a empezar a hablar en inglés. Primeramente, mi nombre es José Rodríguez. Obtuve un test score de 7.0. Como sabrán, el IELTS es puede ser un poco estresante muchas veces. Si es la primera vez que lo van a tomar, recomiendo que practiquen mucho. No sé, bueno, puedo empezar en inglés si le parece, así me van entendiendo y lo pueden ir practicando. Welcome to this session of Ielts. In this session, I will tell you how to succeed in the Ielts exam and how to pass the exam to apply for the Canada Permanent Resident Program. So, my name is Jose Rodriguez, and hope you like my video. Uh, my last band was 7.0. I have to take twice due to my low score. And then when I arrived to Canada, I have to take another English class ups, to up level my English level. So in summary, I will talk about the introduction. I will do a brief introduction. I will do some of the how the is the test format, what is the band score to pass, and how to prepare for the IELTS. And I will provide some tips and advice also. So, hope you like my video. So basically, there are two types of exam depending on your requirements. So if you are taking the academic or the general, the academic is used more for if you are applying for a university or if you willing to plan to study here in Canada, you must take the IELTS academic. You also can take the IELTS general if you are applying for any other institution like college, high schools, etc. Also, the general is the main exam for applying for Canada. This is basically the test format. There are two types, as I said. You will have the listening that has 30 minutes. There are the general brain reading. I mean, sorry. There are in the general you have the reading and the writing, 60 minutes each, and also you will have the speaking. The speaking you will have like 11 to 14 minutes. In the same time, you can have in the academic the same time, in the reading and in the writing. So this is the format. For example, in the listening, it can goes from the easy one to the most hardest question. So you will have 30 minutes to take the, the listening. There will be four sections, and in each section, it starts from the most easily to the most harder questions. Uh, it can be like a conversation or someone telling a history, and then you will have the reading. It can go three sections and 40 items, and also has the time of 60 minutes. You can the reading it has two tasks. In the first task, you will need to write a letter, and in the second task, you will need to write an essay. Same as academic, but will need to interpret a table of charts. In speaking, you will have three parts. First, you will need to introduce yourself, and then he will ask the examiner will ask a question, and then it will start some other questions, and it will take like 10 to 14 minutes. The IELTS band score for be successful, you will need from 7 to 8 to apply for Canada. It's very important. So you will need to be very competent. So you will need to practice a lot to get that high score that is very needed here in Canada. I can say that for the academic, there are different band score needed in the university. For example, they need like 6.0 or 5. That they will depend on the college or the university. The perfect score to apply for the Canada permanent resident can be described from 7 to 8. As I said, uh, a very good user or a good user. Those person will need to know how to perfectly interpret text, handle conversation, talk with people, and all that stuff. So that's the mainly score, and also you can get uh, points with that high score. But we won't focus on that to how to apply with that score. Basically, you need to have 7.0 to 8. There are people that has 8 that they just get their permanent resident, their nomination, as I said, in Canada because they are very good in English. So, how to prepare for IELTS? First, you need to analyze your weakness. For example, in listening, you will need to understand what is the question, what they are asking to. In reading, uh, if you don't have like a lot of experience reading, it can take you a lot of time reading the passage. And in writing, if you don't have the sufficient idea to write about the topic, it will be very bad also. And in speaking, I can get nervous making a mistake, and also I don't understand the examiner question. So you will need to, in this part, you will need to analyze your weakness. Write down those parts that you need to improve for the exam, and you will see that you will pass much better. And this part, you will need to know how the form. You will need to know the format of the exam. You will need to practice a lot. And the first skill is to work with timing. So if you don't have time for write an essay, you will need to practice with a clock and also make a study plan. Telling that Monday I will do the listening part, on Sunday and Tuesday I will do the speaking part and etc. So make a study plan to take the exam and it will be much better. Tips for the exam. Read early, use your time wisely, and concentrate on the model that you have in front of you. So if you have listening, you will concentrate on listening. Focus and use your ears and try to do the best to pass the exam. Use your time wisely. For example, in reading, don't waste time. I will provide some links, some tips, sorry, to how to pass the reading part. And better arrive early, and don't forget your passport. That is very important. Tips for the listening. You will need to read the question very quickly. Note that you will need to note what what are the questions that they are asking you. For example, fill in the blank, numbers, address, and description. It's very traumatic if you forgot the word when they are spelling a word and you forgot what is next. Continue with the other question. Forget about it. To practice, I recommend to listen to podcasts and BBC News. Also, watch movies, series. There is a lot of movies and series that will help you to improve your listening. For reading, I recommend to use skimming, that is like reading searching the text for the main ideas. Scanning, like reading fast. It's not like reading, it's scanning, search only for keywords that is relevant to the text. And also, don't waste time reading the complete text because if you focus on that, it can be very bad for the grade. Also, get the main idea of the text. If you have the main idea of the text, it will be really useful to complete all those answers that they will ask. For the reading, as I said, there will be three texts, 40 questions, and different skills. For example, they could ask you for main ideas, for details, for could be in the text could be text from journals, magazines, and all that. Tips for writing. You first think and plan about what you are planning to do. You first think they will put you a letter, for example. I used to, for reading, I used to write some words that provide me main ideas and also use synonyms and write sufficient words. It will be really helpful if you write a lot of words that because for writing they ask you 100 and 150 for letters and 250 for essays. For the speaking, be sure that if you are talking with the examiner, there are no right answers. Be relevant and invent a great history. Imagine that you are talking to a friend. So you will be more confident if you are talking to a friend. Keep talking until the examiner stops you. It is very important this because you will have in the last part 2 minutes to express yourself about an idea, about a question that the examiner will ask you. In summary, you will need to practice, practice, practice a lot, and also be prepared. It is very important this one because you will need to be prepared for the exam and practice a lot. There are many books that you can buy online. What else? Any questions? Who has questions? I am here to answer all these questions about the exam. Well, I hope that you really like this webinar about how to pass the Ielts. Les agradezco mucho a todos los que me pudieron ver, en verdad. En verdad fue muy productiva, ya que le agradezco de verdad que hayan estado presentes. Oh, okay. Tengo una pregunta aquí. What about any recommendation for online tests? In my next webinar, I will talk about the sale that is the Canadian version of IELTS that but you only need to take it here in Canada. So you will need to travel here to take it because I think that maybe in the United States. Yeah, I will provide some. There is some books that is Ace the IELTS. You can buy it on Amazon. I will provide the links right now. What else? Who has more questions? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más, mi gente? Bueno, pues parece que ha sido muy efectiva esta sesión. Sí, es verdad, hay que cambiar el paño. Me parece que ha sido muy efectiva esta sesión, la verdad que sí. Se lo agradezco a todos los que estuvieron presentes. Y sí, Reina, tú tienes que tomar el IELTS, es muy importante. Para aplicar a Canadá tienes que tomar el IELTS. El general, exactamente. El general que tiene que tomar. Necesitas entre 7 a 8 por lo general para poder aplicar. Bueno, Checo, si tú viniste por el académico, entonces tú vienes a estudiar. Si pasaste con 6, me parece muy buena nota. Es una nota que la requieren en la mayoría de universidades, o sea que me parece bien. Para la residencia necesitas el general, Reina. Vuelvo y te explico. El general es el que necesitas para aplicar a la residencia de Canadá. Necesitas una nota entre 7 a 8. Si tienes 7.5, excelente, porque ellos ven mucho eso y te dan muchos puntos. No quiero abordar mucho ese tema, simplemente me quiero enfocar en la parte de IELTS. Eh, ¿Qué más? Bueno, pues le agradezco mucho esta sesión de ILTS. Espero que les haya gustado. Nos mantendremos en contactos. Les seguiré ayudando en lo más que pueda. Le trataré de ayudar. Y bueno, para nada, que estamos aquí a sus órdenes. Un placer. Nos veremos luego.